What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing my H&R Super Sport springs. Now these springs were installed on a completely factory shock and strut setup. The shocks and struts are the ones that came on this car from the factory. I don't have any conies or Bilstein or anything else underneath there. It's completely factory setup, so keep that in mind whenever I talk about the different driving conditions and driving with these springs as on my daily driver. Now, as far as I know, these are the lowest springs that you can buy for the Coyote cars. They give the car the biggest drop out of all the others that I've seen so far. And I actually really like that factor. It gives the car an almost perfect stance, in my opinion. It's not crazy JDM stance low, but it does have a nice stance to it. It is a 1.7 drop in the front and a 2.3 drop in the back. These springs were actually designed for road coursing cars, not a drag setup. Now let's talk about the performance of these springs, what they were designed to do, which is to help the car get around a road course faster, reduce the body roll, and help in your cornering and stuff like that. And I can say it is awesome. It really seems to hug the ground a lot more than it did before. In the turns, it feels a lot more crisp, a lot more smooth, way less body roll. Factory setup, you may feel like you're getting tossed around quite a lot whenever you're going into the turns, especially on the road that I take quite often. There's a small little patch on the highway where it comes down to a very windy, tight road, and it felt like you're getting tossed around from side to side. There's a lot of body roll. Well, these springs helped that a lot. It helped the car really feel more planted onto the ground, and as you're going through those corners, it really seems to help stiffen things up. You don't have to try as hard, and it doesn't feel like I'm sitting in the passenger seat whenever I'm taking a hard left turn. Now let's talk about driving on these from a daily point of view. I daily drive this car. I take it everywhere, rain, snow. I'm in it with this car. We don't get a lot of snow in Oklahoma, but we do get it. And whenever it snows and I gotta get to work, I gotta go where I gotta go, I take the Coyote. There's no getting around it. So, I daily drive the car with these springs, and it's honestly not that bad, except for potholes. Now, I live in Oklahoma, and the roads around here are pretty rough. I try to avoid potholes as much as possible, but as much as I want to, I'm going to hit some every now and then. And you definitely feel them with these springs more than I did with the factory setup. If I got some different shocks and struts, that it would help a lot with how much I feel on the road with these springs compared to the factory setup. And that's very true. And I do definitely plan on getting some, so don't worry about that. I just got these first. Your biggest problem with these springs is going to be speed bumps. There are very few speed bumps that you will be able to go over without scraping on them. And trust me, you'll get used to it. It's not as bad as you think. You take them at the right angle, you can get over some of them without scraping. And it's not that bad whenever you do scrape. It's usually just a light scrape. The damage that is done from scraping is very minimal. I mean, my exhaust has some scrape marks on it, and that's really about it. It's not that bad. Now you have to keep in mind that these springs are designed for racing and road coursing. They're not designed for exactly daily driver use. I get comments like that all the time. They're like, hey, what'd you expect? It's a race car part. It's not gonna be suited for your daily driving and stuff like that, which, yes and no. I mean, really think about it. A lot of these are advertised as street or strip kind of setups, but with this, you have to keep in mind it is for racing. It's not going to be as smooth as a factory one, but it's pretty darn close. And you got watch your speed bumps. I absolutely love these springs. I would not trade them back out. I wouldn't trade them out for a different spring. They are awesome. I really am happy that I went with the H&R springs. Alright guys, well that's it for this video. If you liked it, give me a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave me a comment below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.